Hi folks, it's the 24th of October and the evening is drawing to a close. Just to show you here those squared off dishes which I've glazed on the inside. These ones have got crocodile glaze on here. You notice how cracked the glaze is at the moment. But that's okay, we just give it a gentle rub over and it'll be fine. So that's those. We've got down here some bud vases in red iron oxide slip that we did some sgraffito decoration on. I've got some fuel in for the winter here, a little bit of this is oak offcuts from my local Amish pallet factory over on through the other valley in Ribersburg. And I put some clay out here, some fresh clay here, which is, I'll probably take it off tomorrow. And I've begun a fresh soak here with a little bit of vinegar in, dry shards of clay. Okay, that's the background. That's the background story. What have I got for you today? Well, what I'm going to do is I want to make one of these bottles. This particular one's got like a chino glaze on it. Basically a cylindrical form, closed in and then with the top. This, as you can see, was actually faceted using a potato peeler down the length like this after I had thrown it. Alright, so let's take a measurement of that guy because at the moment it's about 8.5, so we're gonna have to throw him probably something like nearly 10 inches. So, all right, sip of tea, a bit of hot water in here just to cheer things up a bit, as it's not exactly cold, but you know. Put that there in front of me. I've got some lumps here. I've got 3 lumps there. These are £3. Those lumps are £3 each. Alright, so let's get this. Somebody just gone past there, I don't know who they are. Alright, okay, let's talk about this as we go. Yeah, you saw the video I did on the little my leather with a float. Well, somebody has kindly sent me their version their version of the leather with a float. Nice piece of leather, that, actually. Just a little container with a sort of crimped around the edge, crimped onto the leather there, and that actually works fine. So we're going to give that leather a test drive. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Thank you, all of you who have written to me. I had lots of people writing to me saying, no, Simon, we don't like your clips short. Just keep them as they are. Just keep them like that. So I guess that's what we'll do. We'll just keep them as they are. So, let's see what we can do here. £3. You know, you get the slime on your hands, wipe it back into your water pot. These are not really trimmed on the base. Yeah, I need to do some more throwing. Find that, you know, if I haven't done any throwing, it's getting back into a throwing rhythm is nice, isn't it? Keep him in at the top. Golden rule, keep him in at the top. Always, you know, when you're throwing, think about, well, you know, you're going to need some extra clay maybe to make the top, you know. So try and think a sort of, at least I do, I try and think, let's think a little bit generous for the top, you know. So allow some clay, you know, for that. One of the ways you can do that, when you do a lift, don't take it quite to the top. In that way you'll build up a slightly more beefier rim, you know. So pushing in at the base there, and we're going to create a lifting point, you see. Bring the clay up. Don't be too slow about it. That's one thing I observe about people who are throwing, coming here on workshops. A lot of people are too slow with their lift. I don't know what is going on the top here. Look at that. Clay is kind of, it's got like a split in the clay. That's weird. Just what I don't want, you know, just at the top where I'm going to make a well, that's the one for the YouTube video, Simon. Keep you on your toes, you know. Let's just see how tall that is. Well, that's 9 inches at the minute. It needs to go a little bit taller. get the clay up there. So, did we gain any height there? Yeah, we did. We did. Are we in the picture? Are we in the picture? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, it's got a little something or other here on the lip. It's like the clay is doing something I rather it wouldn't do. Alright, so I just brought in the top a bit there. Shape's not quite right at the minute. Oops. I'm using my throwing stick just to yeah, there's something up with the clay at the top there, I don't know what. Yeah. Well, that's 10 inches now. Alright, well, I'm going to use my sponge stick. Just take a bit of that out. Use my throwing stick. I'm just going to take out some of the throwing rings, which I don't want. I don't want throwing rings because I'm going to use that potato peeler tool, and I don't want throwing rings. Okay, let's just collar in this neck. I'm going to use 6 points of contact like that. Now make sure when you do this you have enough water at the top here, okay, before you so I've got it fairly thick here. Yeah, there's this funny little... It's alright, I'll get over it. I've got a little kink here at the top here. It's probably that the clay was not... Maybe I didn't quite wedge it properly well enough, you know. Okay, let's bring this top in more. Okay, so every time you bring the clay in, it thickens the wall of it. So then you've got, what you have to do is do a bit of lifting, you see. To be a bit careful here. So keep this. So you keep this part of the pot here. Keep that convex here. Don't let it go like this. Don't let it go concave here. Otherwise the top will sink down inside. Do you get me? You see what I'm trying to say? Parlez-vous français? You see what I've done here? I've narrowed it just there at the top. Across here. I've used this tool. I've used it like this, bringing it in here. So not such a distance between here and the center, which means that this part here is less vulnerable to collapse. Hope my head's not in the way. Hang on a minute. Let me just move this camera a touch around over here. A little bit over here. Because my head can get in the way, can't it? My old big head. Right. So you notice it's slightly curved on the outside. So the width at the top here, where I'm pointing, and the width at the bottom there should be approximately the same, so it feels like it's balanced, you see. Okay, let's see if we can work the top now and make it into just want to go a bit narrow it a little bit. Yeah, keep it convex there, yeah. Now I'm going to take this, pull it over. Now I'm using my finger on the edge there, you see, to blunten the edge of that, because it gives the impression then of being maybe thicker a little bit. All right, let's just bring the camera off the tripod, just have a look at this. So you see the one in the background, which I'm using as a sort of, I'm not necessarily having to make it identical, it's not that. I mean, if you notice this one here, the drop off is a little bit more on that one than what I've got it on this one at the moment, but I can change that. Okay, so put that back there. All right. Okay. Make sure you keep watered at the top here. Now what you do at the top here can very much alter the feeling or mood of the pot. Oops, somebody there screeching their brakes. Yeah, what you do at the top here will very much affect the feel of the pot, and use my throwing stick down here at the base now to pull in the base a bit. Putting a bevel using my throwing stick here to assist me to sharpen up the form. Sometimes you really need to get off your wheel and get down and one can fiddle around rather a lot, you know, with a top like this, I think the thing to do is to do that until you feel you're happy with what you're looking at. Use a mirror. It will help you a lot. Yeah. So I'm trying to bring it in a little bit at the base, you see. Just bear in mind, whatever you do at the base will affect the top. It can knock it off center. You fiddling around at the base, if you're too aggressive, say with a tool, going in at the base, it can affect. You see. I don't know if you noticed that this part is going a little bit off center at the minute. That's all right, because I basically have finished the pot. At this stage, it's not going to affect it. Yeah. In any case, you see, if it's going off center like this at the moment, it's not really that it's off center. It's only off center at the top. The base is still okay. So what you can do is find out where he's okay. He's a bit further that way, so I just need to pull him like that. And now you see he's on center. Okay. Now let's use this new leather from Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. Now then, we're going to just carefully leather that like that. I think what I'll do is I'll just torch it a little bit. Can never resist a little bit of pyromania, you know. Yeah. Let's take the camera off the tripod and show it to you. Now, how tall is that in fact? Let's have a look. Well, he's about 9 3/4. 9 3/4. Yeah. This one is about 8 1/2 or 8 3/4. Yeah. So see if I can put that there without it falling off. Give you an idea. Size wise there. Well, this one here will shrink to that. So that's it. You can play around with tops and necks and all sorts of things. I'm looking at it and I'm probably thinking I might even like to bring it in just a little bit more here at the base, possibly. But I won't do that right now because we've run out of time, I think. Anyway, I hope that was helpful to you. Have a go at doing one of these, a sort of tall cylindrical form with a closed in neck. That's not rain, is it? No, it's leaves falling from the tree. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Go to my website, simonleachpottery.com. Join us for a workshop. We've still got, well, I've got one this weekend, and then that's the penultimate one. And then we've got the last one in early October. I forget. It's early October. No, sorry, early November. 4th and 5th, I think it is. So I've still got a couple of spaces on that workshop. So if you still want to come for a workshop though, after those dates, just get in touch with me, and I'm offering, as I've said before, 111 workshops. That's 1 day, one-on-one. So if you just want to come for 1 day, and oh, that does look like rain. I'm going to have to wrap it up here, folks. Yeah, 111, 1 day, one-on-one. Get in touch with me, write to me, and we'll find a time. All right. Hey, keep practicing. I'll see you soon in the next clip. Bye bye.